So let's just talk about the business at hand. I mean, you have a chance to do something no other school has done, but more important, your team is playing really, really well. That's got to be gratifying to you.
Yeah, that obviously the second piece of most that we started playing the game the right way. We really felt like we had enough talent this year going to year three at all positions. Felt like we were big and strong enough. Obviously, early in the year we lost some close games, so there's no results to verify that you're any better. And then we've been on a nice roll, and kids have been playing hard all year, but we're playing smart, and we're doing the things that good teams do as far as not turning the ball over, not giving big plays. And obviously, 5 weeks ago, you're not thinking that you're going to have any chance for a bowl game. You're not thinking that you're going to be tied for first, and maybe with a little bit of help, if you can get a win, you can play in the MAC championship game. So awesome for our kids, particularly our seniors who've been through a ton, as everybody knows, and just awesome for us to play a game with some we haven't played a game with pressure on us in forever, so it's kind of interesting to see how kids will react to actually a game where there's some expectations.
Yeah. What's amazing, and I suppose not to you, but it is to me, is that you've got 9 seniors on the roster. So by and large, this is a young team, and they're your kids. And rare is the day that you get a coach that sticks around and coaches his own kids in this game.
Yeah, so we're excited about a lot of things, but particularly that when you have 15 upperclassmen and 70 freshmen, redshirt freshmen, and sophomores, and you're playing as well as we're playing right now, and doing as well in the league. You feel like, hey, we're going to be much better next year, and we should be really good in 2 years. So excited about things we're doing, but we're obviously excited about being able to turn the corner a little bit, coming from where we came from, and that we're young and we're not losing a lot of players.
Coaches get smarter when their teams start winning, particularly with their team, right? So now that you've had success, all the things that you were telling them, hey, this works, they're working, so that helps them buy into what's going on here.
Yeah, and we're fortunate. When we were 0-6, our kids were still right there. I mean, I kept telling everybody, how's the kids? I'm like, they're fine. They're working hard. They're listening. They knew physically that they were doing good things. They knew a lot of the things that we weren't getting done, particularly in fourth quarters, were self-inflicted wounds and correctable mental errors, poor decisions, trying to do too much or not trying to do too much at times. So because they felt physically they're doing, they hung in there, and that's kind of why we got everybody's like, how do you get it turned around? I said, our kids really hadn't given up on themselves yet.
Let's talk a little bit about what you can do and what can happen on Tuesday night. What would that mean for you and your program if you do, in essence, rewrite history here? What would that mean for you?
I don't know. It's almost unfathomable. I'm trying to really stay in the moment, just worry about trying to get us ready to play our best football and beat Ball State. People ask about bowl. Oh my God, the fact that you're even asking me questions about bowl games is so, I'm like, the Cubs won the World Series, Trump's president, and we're going to a bowl game. I said, right now I'm just embracing the lunacy. Like, a lot of things are happening that we weren't expecting, right? And hopefully this is one more thing that we weren't expecting. We're just kind of falling in line with the last couple of weeks here. So somebody asked me, well, what possible? I said, I didn't even listen to the bowl tie-ins. I don't even know who our bowl tie-ins are. I said, I thought we were probably a year away from having that type of team. I said, if we win and we're bowl eligible, I'm sure somebody's going to tell me, hey, we're going someplace and we'll get that one figured out. So it would mean everything in our program. It's been kind of crazy to think we've gotten to this point that we have these opportunities with 1 week to play. So we're just trying to stay focused on what we've been doing, like everybody knows you got to do. If we get ahead of ourselves, that's when you start to go back and play like we used to play. So.
I'm good. Everybody good?
I've got a couple more. Hey, Coach, where was Gus Ragland on the depth chart before he got hurt?
Okay,
Before he tore his ACL?
here's where we went to spring. We felt like we had 3 really good quarterbacks. We had Gus Ragland, Billy Ball, and Jordan Martin. And literally in spring, it was straight open competition. They were literally one rep with the ones, next rep with the twos, next rep with the ones. They were rotating every third series. And they were all kind of playing good. Gus got hurt early in the spring, so he was tied for first, tied for second, and tied for third when he got hurt. And then we went to fall camp with 2, and then Jordan got hurt, same non-contact ACL. Well, then Billy was the winner, and then Billy got hurt. And then Noah Wazinski, who was supposed to be number 4, was actually playing for 2 games, who did an admirable job, but a lot to ask a true freshman who hadn't got many reps. And then when Gus came back, Billy was still hurt. So until like last week was the first time I actually had 2 healthy quarterbacks that it was like, who won the job? Whoever showed up to practice. I mean, literally Gus, when in his mindset, you're in a 3-horse race and you blow your ACL, you're going to come back mid-season. You're getting ready for next year because those 2 kids are going to be way ahead of you. And just lo and behold, when he comes back 6 months later, the other 2 kids are on the shelf and the starting job's waiting. Like, hey, it's yours. So we never really had. Obviously, he's played his way to secure himself as a position based on play now, but we never really had to make a tough decision. So
did you ever fathom that in the quarterback who tore his ACL in the spring would be the one that kind of led this
No,
redemption story?
I don't think that. I can tell you yes, but no, honestly, I mean, I was thinking that same along with Gus. He's going to come back and probably be down on scout team the back half of the year. We have two other kids that have probably secured a position, and you're not going to start rotating or have open tryouts week 7. Just the way it turned out, it was like, can we get you cleared? Like, we were trying to get him cleared the week before for Akron, and we wish we would have had him the week before Akron. Maybe we'd be talking about 7 in a row, but so.
Coach, if we're being honest, was there a part of you when you were 0-6 that was thinking about your future potentially at this school? Did you think that?
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, you always in coaching, you think about your future about every 10 minutes. Like, that's just natural. I've been at really good programs, won a lot of games, and I still was always concerned with my livelihood because it's just the nature of the beast. I knew we were a lot better. I knew I had support from our administration. I knew that our administration knew that we were a lot better, even though our record wasn't. But you're still 0-6, and you're thinking, we got to win some games here at some point. So I mean, I felt good even 0-6. If you listen to my press conference, we're 0-6. It's not a doom and gloom. We can't do it. We're right there. I made the analogy that week. I said, I feel like we're that young golfer that everybody knows is really good and is going to win a bunch of PGA Tour events and is playing good on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but hasn't figured out the old playing on Sunday with, because I felt like that's where our team was. Like, the opposition kept telling me how much better we were, but we lost, and or the guy that hasn't won the major yet, and he's going to win a major because he's that good, but it's just hard to play Sunday on majors, and that's, to me, where I felt that was my analogy when we were 0-6, and I didn't think we were going to run 5 in a row and start winning all the majors, but I really felt like we were right on the cusp of being a good football team, even though we were 0-6, and I said a few weeks later I seem a little bit smarter based on everybody thought I was half cocked and just trying to spin, we try to spin everything positive, They believe we're great there, but 5 wins in a row, maybe we were a little closer than the rest of the world thought we were.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Good to see you.